Hello and welcome to Science Monitor, a show that brings to you the most significant news from the world of science, technology, innovation, research, discoveries and much more. I'm Aishwarya Kapoor and here are this week's headlines. Indian Space Research Organisation successfully launches imaging satellite Microsat-R and student-developed Kalam-Sat on board PSLV C-44 on 24th of January. In our series on Institute of Excellence, we visit the Defence Food Research Laboratory in Mysore, engaged in manufacturing food products for the armed forces stationed in extreme conditions. First Global Artificial Intelligence Summit and Awards held in New Delhi with the aim to understand the growth of AI in various fields. IISER Kolkata organizes a unique conference, Understanding Behavior 2019, to showcase cutting-edge behavioral research. The top story this week. The Indian Space Research Organisation or ISRO successfully launched an imaging satellite Microsat-R along with a student payload Kalam-Sat from its spaceport in Sriharikota, Andhra Pradesh on 24th of January. PSLV C-44 is the first mission of PSLV-DL, which is a new variant of PSLV launch vehicle. The vehicle placed the satellites in a higher circular orbit in space to perform experiments. Science Monitor brings you a report.
India opened its 2019 series of space launches on January 24th by successfully launching the imaging satellite Microsat-R and India's first student satellite called Kalam-Sat. India's Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle or PSLV C-44 in its 46th flight launched the two satellites from Satish Dhawan Space Centre, Shar, Sriharikota. PSLV C-44 is the first launch vehicle in the world to not just launch a satellite but also use the rocket as a platform for experiments in space.
PSLV C-44 precisely injected Microsat-R in the designated orbit and placed Kalam-Sat V2 in orbit. There are many firsts and innovations in this mission. First of all, a new variant of PSLV with two strap-on is introduced in this mission first time to enhance the payload capability of PSLV beyond core-alone configuration. Second, the PS4 is made out of aluminum tank in order to reduce the cost of PSLV.
PSLV C-44 has launched Microsat-R, an imaging satellite. An imaging satellite provides images which can have many applications like predicting the weather for fishing and agricultural purposes. It can also be used in the fields of geology, regional planning, education, intelligence and warfare. Kalam-Sat is a satellite named after former Indian President Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam and was built by an Indian school student team led by Rifat Shahrukh from Tamil Nadu. The satellite only weighs 64 grams and can conduct microgravity experiments in space. Microgravity is the condition in which people or objects appear to be weightless. The effects of microgravity can be seen when astronauts and objects float in space. ISRO's chairman K. Sivan also provided details about the upcoming plans in a press brief. There are 32 missions planned for this year, including the much-awaited Gaganyaan project, reaching out to students, outreach programs and Vikram Sarabhai's centenary celebrations. The Young Scientists program was announced to encourage the scientific talent and increase scientific pool in the country. Under this program, 3 students from each state and union territory will be selected for 1 month, during which they will visit ISRO centers, interact with senior scientists, and will have access to research and development facilities. The chairman also announced the establishment of 6 incubation centers across the country.
The Defence Food Research Laboratory, or DFRL, was established in 1961 under the aegis of Defence Research and Development Organisation, Ministry of Defence, Government of India at Mysore. DFRL provides logistical support in the area of food supplies and addresses varied food challenges of the Indian Army, Navy, Air Force and other paramilitary forces. This is the only laboratory in the country which is exclusively engaged in research and development in the field of food science and technology for defence forces. Science Monitor takes you on a tour of this facility and showcases some of its products.
Food is an essential part of our lives. It gives us the energy and nutrients to grow and develop, be healthy and active, to move, work, play, think and learn. Food and nutrition are fundamental to a country's military capability. Without a regular supply of food and water, no army can successfully prevail in difficult conditions during a war. Appropriate food in terms of both quality and quantity, along with adequate hydration, are required to ensure that the physical capacity and medical performance of military personnel remain at optimum levels at all times. With the mission to meet the needs of all four wings of the armed forces of the country, the Defence Food Research Laboratory, or DFRL, was established in Mysore in 1961 to design, develop and evaluate safe, nutritious and convenience food.
High altitude, we have products like appetizers and carbohydrate-rich products are there, like soft bar, which can reduce the thirst also. In desert, what happens, they require more amount of water content and more amount of electrolytes because they lose electrolytes through the sweat. Therefore, electrolytes and water is the main component in that particular ration. If they are working in the submarines, they will be exposed, not be exposed to light. Therefore, there will be vitamin D deficiency will be there. At that time, we will see that the products contains more amount of vitamin D and other things.
Indian Armed Forces are stationed at extremely difficult geographical terrains to guard the borders of our country. In those situations, soldiers are deprived of the fresh produce needed to sustain life processes. Even normal regime of cooking becomes cumbersome and extremely difficult. With the efforts of dedicated scientists and technologists over the last 5.5 decades, DFRL has been able to design, fabricate, preserve and stabilize a variety of food products of Indian dietary. These products are not only shelf-stable under all weather conditions, but also deliver adequate nutrition and energy to keep the morale of our service personnel high at all times. It is the only laboratory which is exclusively engaged in research and development in the field of food science and technology for defense forces. DFRL is at the forefront of developing new line of functional foods for health benefits beyond nutrition. The laboratory has excellent testing facilities and is well equipped with various sophisticated and analytical instruments for testing the compatibility of various packaging materials with foods. Products designed in these labs are also being used by astronauts during their space exploration, as they can be preserved for longer times without adding any preservatives. Even the first man to travel in space, Rakesh Sharma, used the specially designed mango juice powder by DFRL in his mission to the moon.
At present, whatever Rakesh Sharma took is the freeze-dried juice powders. These freeze-dried juice powders are natural juice which has that natural flavor and natural things, and 100% it is natural. And they are powder and they can stay for 1 year.
DFRL plays an important role during natural calamities. Packaged food developed in the labs of DFRL are provided to the victims in disaster-hit areas. During these contingent times, DFRL works 24/7 to provide ration packets to the affected population. Scientists at DFRL are constantly engaged in development and evaluation of food products, packaging materials, and field test kits to meet the requirements of armed forces who guard the nation in the most difficult circumstances, so that we can have a peaceful sleep.
It's time for a short break, and when we return, we will show you highlights of the Global Artificial Intelligence Summit held in New Delhi. But that's after a short break, so keep watching Science Monitor. The All India Council for Robotics and Automation organized the first Global Artificial Intelligence Summit and Awards in association with the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India in New Delhi. The event was held with the aim to understand the role of artificial intelligence in the growth of various sectors in India. It was attended by AI experts of different fields like health, education and robotics. The summit awarded companies for their outstanding work in developing artificial intelligence technologies. Science Monitor brings you this report.
Hey Siri, open Google.
Have you ever switched on your phone's voice command and asked it to play a song or look for nearby restaurants? If yes, then you are using a technique called artificial intelligence or AI. It is a technique which helps computers, robots or software to think the way humans do. Artificial intelligence is mainly involved in cognitive processes like perceiving, learning, problem solving, data collection and analytics. This technique uses algorithms to recognize the information and finally perform a particular task. AI is gradually gaining waves in multiple domains today. For example, home appliances, laptops, mobile phones, and healthcare sector. To understand its concept and applications in a better way, on 18 January, the first Global Artificial Intelligence Summit was organized in New Delhi by the All Indian Council for Robotics and Automation with the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India. The main objective of the summit was to understand the real-world scenarios on how AI can be used in different sectors to enhance growth and development. Niti Aayog has taken a major initiative in this field by developing National Strategy for Artificial Intelligence. It will study AI perspectives and challenges in India.
I think this summit is very timely, where it brings in people from very diverse backgrounds to share their concerns, their opinions, their views, and primarily the areas in which they feel AI can make a difference, can make a mark, and how it is going to do it, what are going to be the consequences.
Data leaders, AI scientists, stakeholders, industry experts and startups working in the domain of artificial intelligence attended the first-of-a-kind event in India. The summit also marked the launch of AICRA Future Tech magazine. It covers news and developments from the world of technology and innovations in multiple sectors. It also brings to you the latest updates of the tech industry like gadgets and machines. The summit also organized various panel discussions and sessions on the role of AI to transform the lives of people. One such session was how AI will transform the education system. In this, the experts discussed various changes the present education system needs to adopt for better teaching facilities with respect to AI. Other top discussions of the summit were based on the concepts of AI in businesses, its role in the revolution of retail, finance, auto and real estate sector.
The first volume which they have launched for the future tech, and I have observed a tagline which says technology should be unifiers and not dividers. So that is where I see that the technology AI should be the bridging the gap of rural and urban divide.
The event also presented awards for various developments in the field of artificial intelligence. The Global Summit provided a platform for experts from different realms of robotics and artificial intelligence to address the demand of advanced future technologies and its challenges. AI is a growing modern branch of science, and India is gradually adapting into it. Therefore, this summit was a major boost to foster knowledge about artificial intelligence by sharing concepts and articulating ideas governing country needs.
It is a challenging task to interpret the behavior of a human and particularly difficult to analyze animal behavior. Researchers have been extensively studying the behavior of animals like dogs, cats, monkeys and tigers to understand the way they interact and respond to the ecosystem. With a special focus on animal behavior research, IISER Kolkata organized the Understanding Behavior Conference 2019. The three-day conference was marked by scientific sessions, talks by experts, workshops, poster presentations and much more.
Did you know honeybees communicate with other bees through waggle dance when they find the location of food? Animals are very unpredictable and extremely interesting living organisms on the planet Earth. All animals have characteristics and behavior which makes them differ from one another. There are many ways to study the different behavioral patterns of animals. For example, migration pattern of animals in the form of annual cycles helps to understand their behavior with respect to the environment. Some common activities which scientists study includes the way they search for food, find mates, protect themselves from other wild animals, and care for their offsprings. Scientists have been studying the various aspects of animal behavior in different demographics and geographical situations. To highlight some of the major developments in this field, Indian Institute of Science Education and Research in Kolkata organized the Understanding Behavior Conference 2019. The main objective of the conference was to bring together researchers involved in studying the various aspects of animal behavior across scales from microbes to the biggest creature. The platform also encouraged the researchers to indulge in the diversity of talks, exchange ideas, and to establish networks with each to enhance the science of animal studies. The 3-day conference was one of the biggest conferences on animal behavior studies in India. It was attended by research scholars, scientists, and behavioral experts from across the country. During the conference, a bird watching workshop was also organized to study their behavioral attitude. One of the latest research work of the institute focuses on the behavior of stray dogs. It has been suggested that domestication plays an important role in the development of human-like social skills in dogs. Now, researchers from IISER Kolkata have revealed that street dogs too understand human interaction and respond to the situation accordingly. Scientists tried to understand how a different living situation where free-ranging dogs constantly see a new person every day makes them analyze human intentions. For this, they studied the behavioral patterns of around 120 adult street dogs. The study revealed that dogs focus on the human body and face while decoding intentions. Such scientific investigations also help to understand the behaviors and communicative intents of the species.
It's very, very important to be studying the behavior of organisms because all living organisms are not just a physical entity but have the capacity to respond to a stimulus that they receive. This is one of the fundamental requirements to call something as a living organism. So, by looking at behavior, we're really looking at the responses of these organisms, be it a bacteria, be it a small insect like an ant or the elephant. We would have to follow what living creatures do, how do they perform different behaviors, how they respond to stimulus.
Animals, birds, and sea creatures are a large part of our planet, and they play an important role in the ecological balance. They differ from humans in many ways, but as a part of the ecosystem, it is important to understand them. Studying behavioral pattern is pivotal in today's time to avoid human-animal conflict, and so studies in this direction need to be encouraged everywhere.
It's time for a short break, and when we come back, we will bring you some more news on science and innovation from India and around the world. Keep watching Science Monitor. Welcome back. After the break, let's now take a quick look at some more scientific innovations and developments from India and around the world.
Futuristic Technologies exhibition was organized from 17th to 20th January at Science City in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. It was a part of the Vibrant Gujarat Global Summit held in Gandhinagar from 18th to 20th January. The exhibition displayed prototypes and models of advanced technologies that will be the future of the world. Some of the future technologies displayed here included smart gadgets for home assistants and robots, to name a few. In addition, a unique space exhibition titled Beyond Planet Earth, the Future of Space Exploration, is being showcased for the science enthusiasts. It is open for the general public till 11th May this year. Several parts of the world like North and South America, Greenland, Iceland, Ireland, Great Britain, Norway, Sweden, Portugal and Spain witnessed the super blood moon or total lunar eclipse on the night of 20th January and in the early hours of 21st January. During the eclipse, the moon appeared to be bigger in size due to its closeness with the Earth. In a lunar eclipse, the Earth passes from between the moon and the sun. Also, the sun's light is refracted by the Earth's atmosphere to cast a red tinge at the moon. The next total lunar eclipse will be in the year 2021. A new discovery by scientists has revealed the last known species of hippopotamus in India. For this, researchers examined the tooth of a hippo unearthed from Madhya Pradesh in 2003 by Rajiv Patnaik of Punjab University and Parthar Chauhan from IISER Mohali. After studying the fossil, it was known that Hexaprotodon was the last known species of hippo. It existed to about 9,000 years ago before being extinct. The results were published in the journal Quaternary International. National Aeronautics and Space Administration or NASA has revealed that the Saturn's rings are young as compared to the formation of the planet. Cassini studied the rings of the planet for over 13 years. Planet Saturn was formed about 4.5 billion years ago. The study, titled Measurement and Implication of Saturn's Gravity Field and Ring Mass, was published in the journal Science.
And in the history of science, this week we remember Camillo Golgi, who was a renowned biologist and pathologist. He was born on the 7th of July, 1843 in Italy. He is known for the discovery of the black reaction in 1873. This is a silver staining technique to view a neuron cell under a microscope. Later, this method came to be known as the Golgi's method. For this outstanding work in understanding the structure of nerve cells, Golgi, with the Santiago Ramon Cajal, won the Nobel Prize in Medicine in 1906. He is also credited for the study of organelles found in the eukaryotic cells. These are cells which consist of a nucleus with a membrane. This method of study is famously known as the Golgi apparatus. Golgi passed away on 21st of January 1926 in Italy. His valuable contributions in the field of neuroscience have led to a better understanding of the human system. Well, that is all for this episode of Science Monitor. You can send your feedback and suggestions to Science Monitor on our email ID news@vigyanprasar.gov.in. You can also write into us at Vigyan Prasar C24 Qutub Institutional Area, New Delhi 110016. We'll see you again next week with another episode of Science News and Innovations. Till then, goodbye and take care.